it all depends on you. You have to decide whether or not like you want to be confident. Like no one can dictate what you can and can't do. Like your ability is your ability. That's something that no one can take away. So like you have to believe in yourself, which is the first step. And once you do that, then your potential is to the roof. You have boundless limits. Like you have to take every moment, and you have to keep on pushing yourself. The moment you stop pushing yourself is the moment that all your goals just won't come to, like you won't reach your goals at that point. I use myself as an example for others who like haven't had the opportunity. All it takes is just like that one opportunity. Like if you give it your all, then anything is possible. Because I would have never saw myself committing to a D2 school. It doesn't even matter. I'm so thankful for that, and I use my story to help others and push others to like see that there's hope in everything. So
it's season 5 and you still haven't subscribed to the show? Shame on you. Honestly, it's a shame. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's your choice. I really would appreciate it though if you did hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a show. We're in season 5, so I want to say that I appreciate anybody that's been tuned in since season 1, or even if this is your first time ever tuning in. I really appreciate the support, and we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. But like I said, make sure you subscribe and make sure you please smash that like button. I'm not going to start the video until you smash the like button. Seriously, smash the like button. All right, let's go. Cantia, Rahming, welcome to the show, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming on here, taking the time to do this. It means a lot to me. Tampa, Florida, you came up in the city. I've been seeing you from when you started off in high school. I'm not that much older than you. I'm 1 year, 2 years at the most older than you, but definitely happy to have somebody from our city on here. It means a lot to me, you taking the time to do this.
Of course, bro. I got you.
Born in Pensacola, Florida, raised in Tampa, Florida. Talk to me about your upbringing.
Well, so basically, I moved to Tampa when I was in elementary school, probably around like 2nd grade. And so like ever since then, I lived in the area. I wasn't too out there with like exploring, like, you know, like with people like who like connecting, like making relationships and stuff like that. But just like when I got older, matured more, got into high school, I opened up my horizons, met a lot more people, and it pushed me to be a better person overall, just like on the court and off the court, you know. So,
what does the city mean to you?
The city means a lot to me, like, because just from like growing up in this area, like it put me through a certain type of grit where like I had to like push myself a lot. And then like connecting with a lot of like certain people, it gave me that extra like push that I needed to like overcome the things that like I faced. So like it means a lot because of the people that are in the city. If I didn't have them, then I don't know where I'd be now. So
most definitely. I tell people all the time, like I feel like Tampa in the next 5 to 10 years is gonna be even bigger of a city in Florida. Obviously, you got Miami, you got Orlando.
Yeah, for sure.
I think just our city in general, we got so much talent all over, sports, rap, all kind of stuff, everything. I feel like just the people, the environment it just breeds success. So I definitely see what you're saying there.
Yeah, because there's so many people like who have like different like desires and interests and stuff like that. So like I feel like how you said, over time, it'll soon just grow. And like I feel like Tampa is gonna be like one of the like most popular cities in the country. So
definitely, I feel the same way. Right now, you play basketball at a Division II level, St. Leo University. But talk to me about your start. How did you start playing basketball? Who introduced you to the game?
So my pops played at West Florida, so not too far away from where I was born. So when I was a kid, I used to go to the practice and just like dribble the ball all the time, like just watch and play. And just from that, it's something I just like grew up on. I actually like basketball wasn't even like the first sport I liked. It was soccer. But then just being around it for so much, I just like kind of like eased my way into it, and I just started enjoying it a lot. So I saw what my dad liked. So like the reason why he started loving it, that's just like it kind of like showed me like, yeah, like basketball is a fun sport to play, and you can't go wrong with it.
Definitely. What has it been like just growing up, coming up, playing basketball, and having a dad that's been there and done that, has experience with the game? Like, what is it like having somebody like that in your corner?
Well, it means a lot actually. Like, because when you have like when you have someone like that, it pushes you to like to a certain extent. Like he knows where like he knows how it like how much work it takes to like get to that point in your life, and then like he helped me with like the basics and stuff like that, like the fundamentals, like how everyone like starts out, and then just like learning the game from like the ground up, like when it comes to rules, stuff like that, and just like appreciating what basketball brings you, because it's seen as an art. So like you just really got to like appreciate what like it has to offer. So
Definitely. I feel like that's a major benefit, just having somebody that sees the game in that kind of way, that knows the game. And like you said, just being able to start you off fresh. Like, it's like, I think about it like just being an artist, like you said, having a blank canvas. Like, he probably felt like he could teach you a lot of things just step by step and just build your game up. And clearly it's worked out the way that he probably saw it and the way that you saw it too over time.
yeah, for sure.
When did you start to take the game seriously?
So I didn't start playing AAU till my 8th grade year. So I usually just played middle school, like in rec league, stuff like that. I would say like I took basketball seriously in middle school, but like I didn't like expose myself to like what I should have, like how other kids were doing my age. But like when it came to like work ethic and stuff like that, I really like jumped to the next level when I entered high school. Like when they put me through like the workout regimens, and I saw how like the jump, how like from where I was compared to like the other athletes at like the high school level. So like that really like pushed me to where like I needed to be like in my mindset, you know what I mean?
For sure. You went to Hillsborough High School. It's definitely one of the most historic schools in our area. Talk to me about what it was like just adjusting to high school and getting there.
Okay, so adjusting to high school, it was it was a struggle because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Like how every 8th grader is when they like first start at high school, they think they're gonna make varsity basketball. They can that they'll make the big shots and stuff like that. But like I said, I was going in blind, and then like it felt like reality just like kicked me right in the ass, and so um I saw the difference between like the seniors and me, and I was like in awe because like I knew I was behind from where I should be. So it really like made me focus onto like it made me like have a mindset to where like I had to like adjust quickly, and I had to progress. I couldn't fall back even more. So I knew I had to work as much, like 3 times as hard as I usually would. And then just like in the class, like in high school, you have a lot more freedom than you do in middle school and elementary school and stuff like that. So just like staying on course, staying on class, on task, and not like getting distracted. That's one thing that like pushed me to like be a better student and athlete.
Definitely. I feel like that's something that a lot of people, especially coming to high school, feel like, oh, they're going to make varsity and this and that. But like when you're younger at that age, you don't realize like the difference between middle school ball and being ready to make varsity. Like it's kind of a reason why a lot of people don't necessarily do that unless you're going to a school that's not really competitive. Like I know I wasn't, looking back now, definitely wasn't ready to play point guard at the varsity level coming out of middle school. So I definitely could relate to what you're saying there. If you're tuned into this show through YouTube, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody you think should tune in. If you're listening to the show through a podcast service or a streaming website, please subscribe to the show, leave a 5-star rating, and leave a review. Leave your thoughts down below on what you think about the show. You guys also, when you came into high school, you guys definitely had a good group of upperclassmen. You guys had started to build your program up. Hillsborough wasn't always that good of a basketball school really until the couple guys that were upperclassmen when you got there around that time started to kick the program off, and then you were able to continue it along with your peers. Talk to me about just seeing basketball rise up at Hillsborough High School from when you were underclassmen to when you finished up there.
So like it all started out with like a few group of guys like Bryce Moraine, Zach Carter, Tim Lawrence, Dexter Stallworth. There's other guys on the team also that I could mention, but it really started with those guys. And being a freshman, like coming into like, you know, high school and having them as my like bigger brother, I could see them as an example that they're setting, you know what I mean? So like I could build off of what they showed others, like their leadership, their work ethic, stuff like that. But they definitely set a tone for like winning and stuff like that, because they started our district winning streak. So like right now we're currently at 6 in a row for 6 years or something like that. So they really like their success brought in other people who craved like who really wanted to win. So like other guys came to Hillsborough. We didn't have to like recruit or anything like that, even though like that's illegal and stuff like that. But still, like we didn't like tell people to come here. They chose to come here because based off what those guys did in the past, that pushed them to come here, and that it showed them that they could win here. And that really built our program up. So it brought in guys like Christian DeLeon, who else? Jordan, Josh, a couple other guys, and I can mention Michael Austin, Kadir Wajid. Good group of guys too, like hardworking, dual sport athletes. They really put in the time and the effort to really like, you know, win in this program. And I love them as teammates, love them as people, and I hope they're doing good right now. So
most definitely, like that 6-year streak, I definitely remember like when I first got to high school, y'all weren't really that, honestly. But then I remember like seeing Zach Carter, Dex, all those guys, Miles, all those guys, y'all turned your program around. Yeah, I remember my junior year, 2017, y'all beat Sickles when they won state championship. We played Sickles 3 times and got blasted.
I was there for that game. I was like on the edge of the bench, but I had the best seat on that at that game.
Definitely. Another part of turning the Hillsborough High School program around, Coach Ward. I just interviewed Tyson. Talk to me about what Coach Ward means to you and how he's helped you.
Man, Coach Chris, he's a big influence in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I met him my 8th grade year. That's when I actually like started AAU. It's because of him. So I played for the Skill Center my whole AAU career. What I can say is that he was a big he gave me a big opportunity. Like the dude, he was a resource that could never like run out, because he offered the gym to like anyone who was like just willing to work. He offered insight on like just basketball and life in general. He was really big on like connecting with others, like mostly the youth, but like older people too, because like connections are everything in like today's time. So like just from like having him as like a role model to look up to, it really like helped me and helped a lot of other guys to like really like grow up and mature to be a better person for like themselves, their family, their community, stuff like that. Because he really got us involved when it comes to like other people. So he's a really big influence, and I couldn't thank him enough for what he's done for me.
Most definitely. I remember my first time I played you guys, your team specifically, a couple of times in summer leagues, and
at Wharton. We never played at Hillsborough.
Yeah, we definitely used to wax y'all. I don't think y'all definitely didn't have all your players, but we definitely used to wax y'all every time we played y'all. I used to be wanting to play y'all in the regular season so bad, but like
y'all court was nice. I'm not gonna lie, y'all court had grip.
Yeah, Coach T, he take care of that court. That's his baby for sure. But yeah, definitely, he always wanted to play you guys in the regular season when it really mattered. Obviously, you guys had a lot of football people, other people playing different sports that wasn't there, so you know
Yeah,
how
for
that
sure.
goes. But when I first met you or first seen you play, I thought you were Tyson's brother. Like
Yeah,
all
I
us
used I used to get that a lot.
Yeah, we all thought you was brothers. I remember I swore y'all was brothers, but obviously, like as you progressed and stuff, I realized that y'all weren't really brothers. So that's something I always thought that. So I don't even know when until
Yeah,
I figured out
you're
y'all.
not the only one on that one. So
I'm glad I'm not the only one. What were you able to accomplish overall in your career at Hillsborough?
so okay, I'm gonna go from my freshman year to my senior year. So my freshman year, I made JV, so I played JV and then got moved up to varsity at the end of it. And then my sophomore through senior year, I was on varsity, but my sophomore year I didn't play as much because we had a lot of top, like good guys on our team, so like our minutes were like competitive for. And then my junior year, I had a season-ending injury because I tore my meniscus, which required surgery and rehab. So I couldn't play my junior year, so that was out. And then I played my summer, my senior year, like well, junior year going to senior year, I played AAU, and then going into my senior year, I averaged about I want to say like 18 points, 15 rebounds. So at one point in time, I was number one in the country for rebounding. And then I ended up at the end of the season tying for seventh place. I was able to average a double double. I made all conference stuff like that. It's the accolades are like great and everything, just for like what I've been through. But like besides from the accolades like that I received just from like my senior year, I really like to like show people. I use myself as an example for others who like haven't had the opportunity. Like for people who are on JV for like freshman to sophomore year or like don't play as much their freshman to junior year. Like it all it takes is just like that one opportunity. Like if you give it your all, then anything is possible. Because I would have never saw myself committing to a D2 school. It doesn't even matter. Like I probably didn't even see myself committing to D3 or JUCO just based off of, like me not playing my freshman junior year. So like where I'm at now is a blessing compared to like what I would have like thought I was gonna like end up or where I was gonna end up my junior year. But I'm so thankful for that, and I use my story to help others and push others to like see that there's hope in everything. So
Most definitely. I kind of can relate. I kind of had a similar trajectory. You know, my school, we had a winning culture. Our coach, he hasn't had a losing season since the school opened. Always got good players, and I kind of had a similar path throughout high school. I played JV my freshman year, got moved up sophomore year. Same kind of thing, limited minutes junior year, played my senior year. So I definitely understand that. I'm also playing at D2 level just like you. So I feel like I kind of feel the same way, like showing people that it's possible to do whatever you put your mind to, really, as long as you just work hard and stay at it, don't quit. I feel like that's the main thing, just as long as you don't quit and
yeah,
just
for sure. It's all about the mindset. You feel me? Like you can't let like if you play 2 years on JV, you can't let that get to you. You still have 2 more years left. Like you have to take every moment, and you have to keep on pushing yourself. The moment you stop pushing yourself is the moment that all your goals just won't come like you won't reach your goals at that point.
you talked about starting to play AAU ball your eighth grade year. You played with Skill Center all the way up. Finished up at Hillsborough your senior year. Talk to me about your recruiting process after high school.
So okay, the recruiting that okay. So my senior year, it being my first like time ever being recruited, it was exciting at first. It was extremely exciting. Just like having coaches interested, it makes you like yeah hyped up and everything like that. But to a certain point, you have to like it can be stressful. like really stressful because like it can either affect your game because like you might worry that you might lose it if you like fuck up or like just mess up really bad, or like should you commit now, like you're either rushed or you're waiting too long, you know what I mean? So like you really have to manage like how you're handling it. Like you gotta like keep in contact with every coach that like contacts you. Like you can't be rude. Like if you go on like visits and stuff like that, you have to show them that like you are interested in the school. Like you cannot, like if they're talking to you, make eye contact, shake their hands. Like you got to be like mannered, because the moment that they like see that either you're not fit for this program is the moment you lose your like it's the moment that they lose the interest in you. But for me, I had plenty of schools interested in me my senior year, and I went on a couple visits. But with COVID happening too, when everything got shut down, it made it kind of harder for me. So like, luckily I had a couple visits before COVID happened. So I had the two schools I was kind of interested in between. It was Eckerd and St. Leo. So the one thing you want to take from recruiting, you want to go to the place that wants you the most. You don't go to a place that you think you can contribute to. If you go to a place that, if you just go, okay, let's say you have a low, like, or a D1, right? You have a D1 offering you, and then you have like a good Division II, like good conference, everything like that. You have to consider a couple of things. Consider like, is it a winning program? Who wants you the most? Who's giving you the most money? And then like, where do you see yourself in 4 years at this university? Do you see yourself like being a big contributor, like a contributor or stuff like that? Those are the key aspects you really have to take in when you are going through the recruiting process. And you also have to ask questions, because like not even like on the sports side, but you have to consider like academically, like, do they have the majors that you really want? And are they all for you? If they're not all in for you, then that's not the school for you, because they have to put the time and effort to show you that they want you and only you at their school.
Definitely. I think that's real thorough advice, pretty much top to bottom. Like everything that you said there was pretty key. I think anybody that's going through the recruitment process or will be in the future, I think that's a good clip, a good little piece of information that they should listen to. I feel like everything you said right there was thorough for sure. So you talked about advice that you would give to somebody, but what went into your decision to go to St. Leo, and how did it come about?
Okay, so I had a couple of different options. So I was talking to like a low D1, University of Tennessee Martin, and I was talking to St. Leo. I was talking to Eckerd. So my main focus was Tennessee Martin for a good minute. But then I was talking to the coach, and then he was like, we really want you to go JUCO for a year, and we want to recruit you for the 2022 class. And then I talked to the St. Leo and Eckerd coaches, and they were like, yeah, man, we want you here. Like you'd be amazing. You could be a big contributor for us. We can win with you. Like, we'd love to have you, stuff like that. So like in my head, I'm like, why would I risk giving something like that up for just to go from like the words of a coach that hasn't like put anything on paper yet? You know what I mean? Like you can't take someone's word for something like that, because it's recruit, like college basketball is a business. You feel me? So like if you take that risk, sure, it might work out. It might work out, but it's a risk that's too like, it's too risky, because the conference, like St. Leo and Eckerd, the Sunshine State Conference, it's an amazing conference, very tough conference. Like the top 3 teams usually go in the tournament every year, and they win, you know? So like, why would I not go to a school that wants me, that wins, that's good competition, like, and rather than risk going JUCO and not going to the school that said that they recruit me for. So my choice in St. Leo was the fact that they felt more welcoming, and I felt like I could be a big contributor here. The way they went about the recruiting process, like just like approaching me and stuff like that, they would contact me like mostly like every day, seeing how I was, seeing how my family was. Like that's something that's those are people you really want in your corner when it comes down to it. You feel me? Like Tennessee Martin, they didn't text me like how the coaches here did. They text me probably like once every few like days, check up on me, check my stats. That's the one thing that like really like raised a red flag, is that's all they were asking me about, like how the game go, how much you put up, something like that. Like, but St. Leo coach, he was just asking like, he was just like, hey, good game, rest up, you got on another one in a couple days, you got the championship coming up, like focus, you got this. And like that's something like that really like, it really swayed me to choose Leo.
If you're tuned into this show through YouTube, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody you think should tune in. If you're listening to the show through a podcast service or a streaming website, please subscribe to the show, leave a 5-star rating, and leave a review. Leave your thoughts down below on what you think about the show. I definitely think, again, you said a lot of key things. I think that was definitely the right decision for sure. If people that don't know, recruiting is like, it's like having a girlfriend. Like you want to you want to be in a relationship, a long-term relationship with the person or the people that are investing their time into you and that seem like they're really there for you. And like you said, St. Leo, Eckerd, the schools that you start to feel more comfortable with over time were the people that were checking on you, your well-being, your family, not just about how many points you were scoring and stuff like that. So I definitely think that was key. I also think it was a good idea just because, like you said, like I've torn my meniscus before. I've been injured a lot in my career, high school and college. So like just taking that risk of just going JUCO just based off of the words that the UT Martin staff said, like you said, nothing guaranteed on paper. Like I think that was the right thing to do because, like you said, anything could happen. You could get injured. Your season could just go astray. Like you could just not do what you're supposed to do, go to the wrong JUCO program. Like anything could possibly happen. And then you would have just probably St. Leo and Eckerd, there's no guarantee that they would have waited for you to go JUCO. They might have been already looking at the next class for what they wanted. So I definitely
you're
right decision with that for sure. Getting to St. Leo, what was that like adjusting to the college lifestyle, fresh out of high school? What was it like just adjusting in the COVID year?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like going from high school to college, I feel very like I have a lot of freedom, like you don't have people like always tell like, well, don't get me wrong, like you have a lot of people like telling you where to be and stuff like that because you're a college athlete and stuff like that, but you have so much time in between classes just to like get little things done. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to stay in a building for 6 hours and, and you can leave, you can go places that you need like and get stuff done. You know what I mean? So you can be very productive with your time. It just, when I got to Leo, I wasn't adjusted because like I wasn't used to having so much time. So like I kind of like, I not took advantage, but like I kind of like was like unorganized with how I was like spending my time. So like it took me a minute to get adjusted because I had to like figure out the best time to do homework, best time to go like socialize, stuff like that. And just like throughout college, it got better for me. You know what I mean? Like, and my coaches helped me like stay on track. Like when you come in your freshman year, you have study hours, and like I figured out the best time to get my study hours in throughout the week to like better my schedule and give me more time. Like actually, it gives me more time to like recuperate from like our practices and stuff like that. So
most definitely,
it was a big adjustment. So
I think that's the biggest thing, the biggest key to being a successful student athlete, just being able to manage your time wisely. I played in JUCO the past 2 years, so like it was kind of different. We didn't have mandatory study hall, so it was pretty much just doing your work as you can, as you do. nobody really dared just watching over you and stuff like that. Like I was always a good student, still am really, so I didn't really need study hall, but we didn't have it. And then coming here as a first year student, all athletes, you got to do 4 hours of study hall per week. So like it's kind of the same as you. Like you just got to figure out when's the best time you could get your hours in. You got to make sure you get them in, or you're gonna get in trouble at practice with your coach.
For sure, I'll get the whole team running.
Yeah, everybody doing all kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely think that's the biggest key. When people, like, as a student athlete, you kind of don't have a lot of time to yourself really, but you do have a lot of time. It's kind of hard to explain until you start living a life really. But like you said, once you get your routine and you start to manage your time the right way, like everything becomes a lot smoother. It just becomes second nature really. Last year was a COVID year. Pretty much everybody had a different kind of season, a shortened season. Some people didn't have a season at all. You guys played probably a third of a regular season, a fourth of a regular season. But talk to me about what your season was like, your first season, your freshman year.
So it wasn't anything like I really expected, because like the summer going into like my freshman year, we had full intentions of playing a whole season. Like that was our plan. We were waiting on our schedule to be released, and with like the COVID restrictions not being uplifted or like softening up, our schedule just kept on getting smaller and smaller. So they kept on pushing back our start dates. And so like we had to practice for like 5 months with a mask. And when I tell you it was dreadful, it was like really bad. And so going into our first game, which was in February, so we only had a month, like probably like I'd say like mid-February, that's when we like had our first actual game. Our conference and our school decided that we could play all the way to conference, but we can't move on to the tournament because we don't have enough games, so we're not eligible anyways. But they didn't want us as a school to like expose ourselves to like other people, because they wanted to keep our campus and students safe. But just playing like my freshman year, like playing here, it was like the team, the environment, the stadium, stuff like that. It's awe. Like I was in awe. Like it's amazing. Like to like be like, I'm a college athlete. I'm playing. I'm competing. Stuff like that. It kind of sucked because we didn't have people in the stands, because like that's where you like really get your energy from. Like you feed off of it. But like not having them, it kind of made it like feel like AAU. You know what I mean? Like you're just hooping like just with like your team, but not like having anyone to like to watch. But winning, like we won our conference last year. We played 8 games, but winning it felt like a reward for like practicing so much with not having anything to like practice for. You know what I mean? Like it gave us something to look forward to. So, and then as a team, like for a team wise, like we all struggled in the beginning of the year. We no one liked wearing masks during practice, and it just like winning, it really like gave us like, yeah, like I said, it gave us a reward. Like we really earned it. You know what I mean?
For sure. Last year was a tough year for pretty much everybody, sports, life in general, period. So I just told myself like I couldn't really complain too much about what wasn't going right, because there was people that were going through worse. There's people dying. There's people that are severely sick, losing family members, all kind of stuff. People that didn't get a chance at all to have a season from the beginning of the year. So I just told myself that I should just have a positive mindset about being able to have the opportunity to play. We didn't play a full season, but we played a decent enough amount of games. But yeah, we practiced for 60 days, 70 days straight. We practiced from a regular start date, like October, November, all the way to January. And then we started playing in January. So it was definitely pretty dreadful too. You know how that goes, practicing for days and days and days with no games, not playing against anybody else, seeing the same people, same COVID protocols, all kind of stuff. It definitely was a tough year for sure, but I was happy that we were able to at least get a chance to compete. Like you said, I felt like it was pretty much like a scrimmage every time we played with no fans. It was just like playing that, like you said, like an AAU game, that 8 o'clock in the morning AAU game that nobody was at. Like, it was like that to me too.
With that too, like mental health was a serious thing. Like I'll say, like with athletes, that was probably one of the hardest times to like for them to deal with, because it puts like a toll on your body, and just like you're going to practice, but like, you know what I mean? Like usually like there's preseason, which is like lasts a couple weeks, and then you have games like right then and there. But like this is like a preseason that lasted like 5-6 months. You know what I mean? So like it really put everyone on edge, and like put everyone like it just like irritated, and you know what I mean? Like it just really like it really took a toll on people.
Definitely. I'd say the word would be, for me, it was draining. Like just having to practice every day. Like you said, practicing is hard, but once you get into the season, it's not necessarily always as hard, because you know you're playing once, twice a week. You know you're gonna have a couple of days off from practice. You playing against other people. It's like fresh to see competition that's not your teammates, and your practices usually aren't as hard. Like in the preseason, you just getting after it every day. You know, a couple times a week. Like it's real tough. It's like a fall camp for football, but usually it's about the same amount of time. So I definitely see where you're coming from. Last year was definitely rough. Draining was the word I would.
Yeah, that's probably the best word to put it. Like it was very draining.
For sure. This year, your sophomore year or your second year at St. Leo, talk to me about what's different this year from last year and what your goals are for the season.
So what's different, I'd say like we brought in a couple guys, like a good amount of guys to help contribute to our team. Playing wise, it's a new dynamic. So like our chemistry is good, but like it's not where we like want it to be. So like we're still adjusting to that, like different lineups and stuff like that. So like as a team goal, like as everyone's goal is to win a natty, first win a conference, then have that chance to even try that. But like personally, like just like for adjusting, like from my position and stuff like that, like I've gotten stronger. Fat, like I've been in the weight room a lot, like just to like give myself a better chance to like perform better. You know what I mean? So like not even just like in the weight room, but like also on the court, just like working on skills. Like one thing I try to focus on, like preseason, like I have my strengths, and then like as every athlete should, they like in the off season they work on their weaknesses and strength, make their weaknesses their strengths. That makes them a better player overall. An individual goal I'd probably say is I probably want to make all conference, like something like that. I was a big contributor last year, and I plan on being the same thing this year. It was a rocky start. I'm not gonna lie. I had a rocky beginning, but I see myself like reverting back to how I once was last year, being that player that can help us win. And hopefully we can go all the way this year. Probably see you there.
I hope so, for sure. I hope so. Most definitely. What are some things that you're into outside of basketball? Like when you're not hooping, when you're not practicing, working on your game, what are some things that you're into?
Well, when COVID started, I picked up the guitar, like something like I use it as an outlet, just to like, you know, other than basketball, just to like clear my head and stuff like that. Other things is just like getting involved in like community and stuff like that, like people I know, because I'm a Tampa native, so I know a lot of people in the area. Interacting with my friends, seeing what they're doing, seeing what's the move on campus, you know, stuff like that. Exploring also, I love to explore, see new sceneries and stuff like that. I'm a big beach dude. Like I love going to the beach. Just stuff like that, like getting out, meeting new people, exploring what can be discovered. You know what I mean?
For sure. We're gonna go into our last segment I call Crunch Time on the show. Everybody knows that plays sports, crunch time. That's when you gotta lock in, you gotta be ready to play, you gotta just do your thing, you gotta finish out games. So this is how we're gonna finish out the show. What's been the biggest obstacle that you've had to face up to this point?
Up to this point, I would have to say confidence. Confidence is a thing that you can like easily attain, but it can be easily like taken away as well. Like you feel me? Like it's extremely like if you have something holding you back, which is normally like it'd be yourself. It would take a lot to like push you over that obstacle to regain. You know what I mean? To regain your confidence, but like it all depends on you. You have to decide whether or not like you want to be confident. Like you can have no one can dictate whether or not no one can dictate what you can and can't do. Like your ability is your ability. That's something that no one can take away. So like you have to believe in yourself, which is the first step. And once you do that, then your potential is to the roof. You have boundless limits. So my thing is confidence, and I plan on always building it up, and I don't plan on going back down.
For sure. What's one or two quotes that you take with you that you live by on a daily basis that just keeps you going through your days?
So one or two quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Let me see. You know, I got to go the classic. Once you start something, you got to finish it. You feel me? And then another one I'd probably go with never be last.
Sure.
You never want to be last in anything. If it's a sprint, if it's a drill, if it's just what's it called? Pick up, anything like that. You like just never last. You know what I mean? Like if you're last, then like you're at the bottom. You know what I mean? You even though you're at the bottom, you have no like you can't get any worse. But like you don't want to be that person at the bottom. You know what I mean? You always want to like, pass someone, or you just you know what I mean? Like you want to like progressively like keep on moving forward and keep on improving.
What's something that a random person wouldn't know about you, but your close friends, your family, they know about you?
Let's see. I'm a big movie guy. I love movies. I'm not big on like TV shows.
What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
The best piece of advice I've received or heard is why not you? So you always question like okay, if someone asks you to do something or you don't think you can do it, like why not you? You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't limit yourself to something like just because you think you can't do it. You know what I mean? Because realistically, you can do it. Like you can, if like let's say like a 5-star, like you play a 5-star or whatever. Why can't you be the one to lock him up on every play? You know what I mean? Like you both wake up at this like the same time. Basically, you eat the same food, you breathe the same air. You're both human. Just because of ranking, just because someone's ranked doesn't mean anything. It's a person's opinion. You know what I mean? You know who you are as a person. So like you should like know like why not you? It should be you. You know what I mean? You have to step up to that plate when it's needed. You know, if you feel me?
Most definitely. What's your why? What keeps you motivated to just striving to do great things?
My why is my mom. So my mom she's always been the one to like push me, like whenever I was down after a bad game or like I didn't think I was at the point I needed to be like to compete on the level that like I was at or am at. She's always was the one that like gave me the advice, always like comforted me, always made sure I was like on top of my game, focused, wasn't distracted, was on time for practice. Everything that she sacrificed for me, it really showed me like how much like grit my mom really had. And it's just something that reflected off of me because like I wanted to be like, I worked hard because I wanted to be as strong as her and show her that everything she's done for me wasn't a waste of time, and that I'm here and I'm going to do what I set out to do, and I'll make her proud.
Most definitely. I feel like that's what most kids that appreciate their parents, they feel the same way. I feel the same way. That's definitely powerful what you just said.
Appreciate it.
If you could meet and spend a day with 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
3 people. Okay. First, I'm gonna say Will Smith. Will Smith is my favorite actor, and love to meet him and spend a day with him. Second, I'd have to say Kobe. I feel like a lot of players would say Kobe, like just to pick his brain, learn from his like aspect of life, aspect of the game, and stuff like that. I feel like the knowledge he could like give you it'd be really amazing to like just even be in his presence. But like it's a lot of information to take in from him. But the third. The third one's a hard one. Let me see. I have to go out and say, you know what? I'm gonna say Giveon. I'm gonna say some Giveon, some music. The dude dropped some good music recently. Like I would love for him to sing at my wedding. I'm not gonna lie. The dude got a voice, but
For sure.
yeah,
Giveon, that's Heartbreak Anniversary.
yeah,
Yeah, he the real thing for sure.
yeah.
I swear, I thought you was gonna say Drake. I know Drake. Did Drake come through your head, bro?
No, he did. I'm not gonna lie. Him and Chadwick Boseman.
Okay. I like where your head at. See you up there. That was one of the nicest. I keep a mental note of all the 3 people that people say. You got Will Smith, Giveon, and Kobe.
Yeah.
That was a tough 3. I think Drake would have made your 3 even more elite, but Giveon.
Yeah, it would have.
That's a switcheroo. That's the first on the show. Nobody ever said Giveon, so I like that 3 right there for sure. Definitely. Last question I ask on the show: who's somebody you think I should have on the show next? Whoever you say, you got to plug me in. You got to help me get them. Who do you think I should have on here next?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I feel like you should get my teammate actually. You know Valentino.
I don't.
Valentino Hart Jr. I feel like he has a story that could be good. He played at Tampa Prep.
Okay.
So like he's a good kid, works hard. He's a walk-on currently, but for sure he's gonna get a scholarship soon. So I feel like he's another example of like hard work, and like he's a story that people can like be inspired by not giving up. You feel me? Like you might not have an offer, but that shouldn't stop you from even like pursuing. You feel me? Like I feel like he'd be a good guy to have on your show for sure.
Most definitely. I had definitely some of my friends, some of the people that I've had on the show, friends of the show, have been walk-ons. So definitely walk-ons. Anybody's welcome, really. Valentino Hart, if you see this, let's lock in. Let's chop it up. Come on the show. I'd appreciate it for sure.
It what's funny is they think we like because we're the only light skins on the team. They think we related, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Jeez. Cantia, Rahming, CJ, my dog, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. It means a lot to me. Definitely, it means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Any last words, motivation, anything you want to say to anybody that's watching that might be tuning in?
Just don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. You're the one that can put yourself in any position that you put your mind to. And I appreciate you having me on the show. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, sir. We've been talking about this since this summer we was on the job. So it's been a long time coming. I definitely appreciate it. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media, any social medias you want to plug in.
You can find me on Instagram, C_Rahming, RAHMING, and then 21.
Yes, sir. That'll be down below in the description. Y'all go follow CJ. Stay tuned. St. Leo University season's already underway.
Yes, sir.
Check in, tap in with CJ, Sunshine State Conference. Hopefully, winning the conference championship this year, having a big year. Again,
seeing y'all in the Natty, right?
Yes, sir. See y'all in the national championship, hopefully. Again, bro, I appreciate it. It means a lot to me just taking the time to do this. Season 5 is underway. Season 5, episode 1. I appreciate you again, bro. Even though I said it about 50 times, it means a lot to me.
Of course, bro. I got you.
See you on the next episode.
Yes, sir.
If you're tuned into this show through YouTube, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody you think should tune in. If you're listening to the show through a podcast service or a streaming website, please subscribe to the show, leave a 5-star rating, and leave a review. Leave your thoughts down below on what you think about the show.